Hey my loves! Today I'll be talking about hair porosity. What is hair porosity? Basically, hair porosity is your hair's ability to absorb moisture. You get three types: low, medium, and high porosity. So now I'll be breaking down the different characteristics and what you should do with that type of hair porosity. Okay, first we're going to talk about low porosity. Low porosity hair, basically the cuticles are closed, right? So with the cuticles being closed, it means it retains moisture, but also it's also hard for moisture to get in since cuticles are like closed and tight. There will be product build-up. The water will bead on your hair. Like, so if you take a spray bottle, you spray it on your hair, and if the water just sits on there, after like a few minutes, it shows you have low porosity hair. It will look healthy, but it doesn't have much bounce, much volume, and will also take like hours to dry. Okay, how do you care for low porosity hair? Firstly, use heat, like hot oil treatments. That will help because will help open up the cuticle hair. When you deep condition, rinse your hair first with like lukewarm to hot, not scorching hot, because you don't want to heat damage your hair. So the cuticles can open, and then your deep conditioner will work. Use light products. So like hair milks will be just fine, but don't use like hair butters and thick creams, because else it will just cause product buildup. If you do have product buildup, you can do an apple cider vinegar rinse. So fill a spray bottle, quarter with apple cider vinegar, then the rest with water. You shake, you will spray it on your hair, then you rinse out. Then that will remove the product buildup from your hair. So yeah, that's how you care for low porosity hair. Next, we'll talk about high porosity hair. What is high porosity hair? Basically means the cuticle on your hair strand is open. So moisture will go in easily and go out easily. But what causes high porosity hair? If you color treat your hair, if you perm it, if you relax it, and heat damage. Because damage to your hair will open up and damage the cuticles, which will cause high porosity hair. Traits of high porosity hair, like I said, moisture goes in easily but goes out easily. It looks frizzy, dull, it feels straw-like, and it will tangle very easily because of the open cuticles. So those are the traits of high porosity hair. How do you care for high porosity hair? Basically, protein treatments will be your best friend to restore strength into your hair. So like egg washes, having a Greek yogurt mask, that will help restore strength into your hair. Heavy products will be your best friends, like leave-in conditioners. Leave-in conditioners will be your best friend in this. And also heavy creams as well as hair butters. Then you have to use a moisture sealant. Moisture sealant will be like different type of oils, like argan oil and jojoba oil or jojoba oil. However you pronounce that oil. That oil will also help restore moisture in. So for your protein treatments, once you start out, you do it once a week, but then for 1 month, then after that you do it once a month. So remember, protein, heavy moisture products, and sealant oils. The 3 ways to treat high porosity hair. Okay, normal porosity hair. What is normal porosity hair? Normal porosity hair is basically the cuticle is not lifted too high and it's not too close. So it absorbs the perfect amount of moisture and retains the perfect amount of moisture. People with normal porosity hair have like it's easy to maintain, so they don't have problems with tangles, with very dry hair. It's just right. It's shiny, it's healthy, it has like the perfect amount of volume, and it also holds, like you can style it very easily. So yeah, and if you like, say for example you dye that hair, it will follow the instructions perfectly. So you don't have to like dye it again or leave it dyeing for longer or for shorter amount of time. So yeah, that's normal porosity hair. But remember, if you have normal porosity hair, it can tend to lead towards low porosity or high porosity. And with low porosity hair, if you keep on like color treating it, perming it, heat damaging it, it can eventually damage the cuticles, will open, then it would eventually become high porosity hair. How does one care for normal porosity hair? Basically, you just have to keep doing what you're doing if you have normal porosity hair. But occasional deep conditioning would be very, very, very good, and grapeseed oil would be your best friend with normal porosity hair. Other than that, you don't need super heavy products, you don't need super light products. Just do what works for you with normal porosity hair. Time to talk about how to test. Time to talk about how to test for what type of porosity you have, because I'm just giving you this information. You're going to be like, Melissa, how do I determine what type of porosity hair I have? So, I'll give you 3 ways to do it. Firstly, take a strand of your hair, preferably without product though, because product will tend to cover up the cuticle. Then you run it up and down. If it feels smooth, you have low porosity hair. If it feels rough and you feel bumps and stuff, it's high porosity hair. Normal porosity will just be in between. Like if you feel smooth yet little rough at the same time, normal porosity. Third test would be the cup test. With the cup test, you take a cup of water, you leave it out in your room for like a few minutes because it has to be room temperature. Then you take a clean strand of hair. So basically hair with no product in at all, and then one strand. Then you put it in the cup. You don't like force it in the water, you just drop it in the cup. If it floats, it's low porosity because the cuticles are closed, so no moisture is going to get in, so low porosity. If it floats in the middle of the cup, you have normal porosity hair. And if it sinks all the way to the bottom, you have high porosity hair. Since the cuticles are open, it wants the moisture, high porosity would be at the bottom. Okay, now is the water test. Basically, like when you wash your hair and you have to wet your head, how long does it take for water to absorb? So say for example, it takes 5 minutes to saturate your hair, then you have low porosity. If it takes like 3 minutes and less, then you have high porosity hair, because then your hair can get wet easier. If it's anything between 3 minutes and 5 minutes, normal porosity hair. So that's how you test for your hair porosity. That is all about hair porosity. Knowing your hair porosity will basically help you determine what products will work for you, and then it will help you be able to research what you should do and what you shouldn't do to your hair. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. I said hair porosity way too much times in this video. But yeah, I hope this Curl Chronicles is helping you guys. This is only gonna be like what, my 4th video in the Curl Chronicles series. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope this is helping you. If you are confused of anything, just leave me a comment down below and I'll explain it easier, simpler, if I can. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Love you guys.